Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about the power of resilience, perseverance, and pushing forward no matter the obstacles. You see, life will throw challenges your way, some you expect, others you don't, but what separates those who succeed from those who give up is the ability to keep moving forward. I don't care where you come from, how much money you have, or how talented you think you are, at some point you will be tested. There will be days when it feels like the world is against you, when the weight of responsibility, fear and uncertainty seems too heavy to bear. But in those moments, you must remember this, you got to keep moving forward. It's easy to move when things are going your way. When the road is clear, when the sun is shining, when everything you touch turns to gold. But what do you do when the lights go out? What do you do when the plan falls apart and the vision seems too far to reach? That's when your true strength is tested. That's when you got to dig deep and keep moving forward. I'm not talking about perfect people or the ones who seem like they've got it all figured out. No, I'm talking about the people who've fallen, who've been knocked down, who've made mistakes, maybe even big ones, but they got up. They stood back up and they didn't let failure define them. They let it fuel them. Life is not a straight line, it's full of twists, turns and unexpected obstacles that no one can fully anticipate. No matter who you are, where you come from or how much you've achieved, life will inevitably throw challenges your way. This is a universal truth. But here's the thing, challenges aren't there to defeat you, they're there to shape you. How you respond to them determines whether you rise to the occasion or fall short. Every successful person you ever admired has faced some form of adversity. We often only see the final result, the success, the accolades, the triumph, but what we don't see are the sleepless nights, the moments of doubt, the times they wanted to quit. Life doesn't give you success on a silver platter. It asks you to earn it, and it tests you along the way to see how bad you really want it. Now, when I say life will challenge you, I mean it in every aspect, physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually. You may face the loss of loved ones, financial difficulties, personal failures, rejections or health issues. You might not get the job you wanted, or you could suffer setbacks in relationships, your career or even your own self-confidence. Sometimes these challenges will come one after the other, and it might feel like the universe is conspiring against you. But it's not. Challenges are not designed to break you, they're designed to build you. They force you to dig deep within yourself, to find strength and resilience that you didn't even know you had. Think of a diamond. It doesn't become a diamond without pressure. In the same way, you won't discover your true potential without going through some trials and tribulations. And here's the important part, you cannot control every challenge that comes your way, but you can always control your response. That's where your power lies. Will you let the difficulties knock you down and keep you there? Or will you get back up, stronger and wiser than before? Every challenge presents a choice, stay down or rise. The reality is, the challenges you face will often feel unfair. You might look around and wonder why others seem to have it easier, why life seems to hand them opportunities on a golden plate while you're left struggling. But comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is your own and your challenges are uniquely designed for you. They are part of the process that will ultimately lead you to success if you keep pushing forward. Let's talk about rejection for a moment, because that's one of the toughest challenges life will throw at you. Whether it's rejection from a job, a person or a dream you've been chasing, rejection can feel deeply personal and painful. But understand, this rejection is not the end, it's often a redirection. It's life's way of pushing you toward a different path, one that might be even better than the one you originally envisioned. Challenges are also the greatest teachers. They teach you patience when you're in a hurry, humility when you're proud, and strength when you're weak. When life challenges you, it's an opportunity to grow, to learn something about yourself and to become more resilient. Sometimes life's challenges will test your patience. You may feel like your progress is too slow or that you're stuck in place while everyone else is moving forward. But remember, progress is progress, no matter how slow it seems. Some of the greatest successes in life come from years of struggle, sacrifice and determination. Every step, every small victory counts, and sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come after the hardest battles. Lastly, when life challenges you, it's not just about survival, it's about thriving in the face of adversity. It's about taking those challenges and turning them into opportunities for growth. It's about knowing that every storm eventually passes and that you have the strength to weather it. So, when life challenges you, don't shrink back. Don't let fear or frustration paralyze you. Face those challenges head-on. Embrace them as part of your journey, knowing that each challenge you overcome brings you one step closer to becoming the person you are meant to be. Because here's the truth, life will challenge you, but it's those challenges that will make you who you are. Resilience is not just a buzzword or a trait that's nice to have, it's an essential quality for navigating life's inevitable ups and downs. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, to adapt, and to keep going when faced with adversity. It's the strength to endure hardship and the capacity to recover from it, stronger than before. Resilience doesn't mean that you won't feel pain, frustration or disappointment. It doesn't mean that you'll be immune to failure or hardship. No, resilience is not about avoiding the storms, it's about learning how to weather them. It's about finding your inner strength when the world seems to be pushing you down and refusing to stay down when life tries to knock you off your feet. You see, resilience is not an innate gift, it's a skill that you build over time. Just like any muscle, it gets stronger the more you exercise it. Life will throw punches, and the truth is you won't always win every battle, but resilience allows you to keep fighting. It allows you to keep moving forward when the temptation is to give up and throw in the towel. It's the fire within that refuses to be extinguished even in the darkest times. But resilience is also about perspective. It's about how you see the challenges and setbacks in your life. For some, a failure is a dead end. They may see it as the end of the road, a sign that they aren't good enough or capable enough. But resilient people view failure as just another step on the journey. They see setbacks as lessons, learning opportunities and temporary obstacles. They understand that they are not defined by their failures, but rather by how they respond to them. And resilience isn't just about how you handle external challenges, it's also about how you deal with your inner struggles. Your doubts, your fears, your insecurities, they're all part of being human. Everyone has moments where they question themselves or wonder if they're on the right path, but resilient people know that these feelings are just temporary visitors. They don't let their inner voices of self-doubt dictate their actions. Instead, they acknowledge the fear, the uncertainty and the negativity, but they don't let it stop them from moving forward. Think about the most resilient people in history. They didn't become great because everything came easy, they became great because they were relentless. They faced hardships, they encountered failure, they experienced loss, but they didn't let those things defeat them, they learned how to adapt. They learned how to keep their heads up and keep going, even when the road was rough. Resilience is what helps you face challenges with grace. It's what allows you to get back up after being knocked down, to continue working toward your goals despite the setbacks, and to maintain your mental and emotional balance when everything around you seems to be falling apart. Resilience is the difference between staying down and getting back up. It's the difference between giving up and pressing on. Resilience is the ability to say, I've been hurt, I've been disappointed, but I'm still here and I'm not going anywhere. But let me make one thing clear. Resilience does not mean that you should ignore your emotions. It doesn't mean that you should bottle up your pain or pretend that everything is fine when it's not. Resilience doesn't ask you to suppress your feelings, but rather to acknowledge them, process them, and then move forward. It's about understanding that you're allowed to feel, but you're not allowed to stay stuck in those feelings forever. You feel the pain, you learn from it, and you rise again. Resilience also involves knowing when to ask for help. Sometimes the burden becomes too heavy to carry alone. There's strength in recognizing that you don't have to do it all on your own. Resilience is not about being invincible, it's about knowing your limits and having the courage to lean on others when you need support. It's about building a network of people who lift you up, who remind you of your strength when you forget, and who encourage you to keep going when you want to quit. Over time, as you develop your resilience, you'll notice something incredible happens. You start to see challenges differently. You begin to recognize that every hardship carries an opportunity for growth. You stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start viewing them as stepping stones. You start to believe in your ability to overcome anything that life throws at you because you've already overcome so much. Resilience is about having the courage to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. It's about having the faith to trust that every step you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goals. It's the unwavering belief that no matter how hard it gets, you will find a way through. At its core, resilience is about hope. It's about knowing that no matter how dark the night is, the dawn will always come. It's the belief that your current situation does not define your future, that no matter how many times you fall, you always have the power to rise again. So, don't let the setbacks of life shake you. Don't let the disappointments, the struggles or the failures convince you that you're not strong enough to make it through. Embrace resilience. Let it fuel you, let it guide you, and let it push you to become the person you were always meant to be. Because with resilience, there's nothing that can stop you. Life can challenge you, but you will meet it head-on with the strength to keep moving forward no matter what. 3. Failure is not the end. We live in a world that often equates success with winning, with being the best, and with achieving perfection. From a young age, we are taught that failure is something to be avoided, something to fear. We are told that if we fail, it means we are not good enough, that we've fallen short of some standard, and that we should be ashamed. But I'm here to tell you, failure is not the end. In fact, failure is one of the most important parts of success. Without failure, there is no growth. Without failure, there are no lessons. Failure is the raw material from which resilience, innovation and determination are forged. It's not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. If you never failed, it means you never really tried. You never pushed yourself beyond your comfort zone. You've never taken risks, and without taking risks, you can never achieve greatness. Failure is something that happens to everyone. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how much you know, or how well prepared you think you are at some point. You will fail, you will make mistakes, you will fall short of your goals. But in those moments, it's crucial to understand that failure is not a permanent state, it's not a reflection of your worth as a person. It's a momentary setback, a temporary stop along the journey toward your true potential. When you fail, the world doesn't come to an end. Your dreams are not shattered. Your value is not diminished. What matters most in those moments is how you respond. Will you let failure define you? Will you let it make you believe that you're incapable of achieving your dreams? Or will you rise up, learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward? The greatest people in history, the ones who have left their mark on the world have all failed. Think about the countless innovators, leaders and visionaries who encountered failure after failure. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb in a day. He failed thousands of times before he succeeded. Michael Jordan, considered by many to be the greatest basketball player of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity. These are just a few examples, but there are countless others. What sets them apart is that they didn't see failure as the end. They saw it as part of the process, a stepping stone to success. Failure teaches you lessons that success simply can't. When you succeed, it's easy to assume you got it all figured out. But failure forces you to reflect, to evaluate what went wrong, and to think critically about what you can do differently next time. It forces you to stretch your thinking, adapt and innovate. In the face of failure, you discover what you're made of. You uncover strength, resilience and creativity that you may not have known existed within you. Think about it for a moment. Every great breakthrough in history came after a series of failures. Every great inventor, artist, athlete and entrepreneur faced setbacks, rejections and disappointments. They didn't succeed because they were perfect. They succeeded because they refused to give up. They kept going when everyone else doubted them. They didn't let failure define them, they let it fuel them. There is no such thing as a perfect success story. What we often see is the final product, the triumph, the victory, but we don't see the countless hours of struggle, the failures along the way, the sacrifices made. Success is a messy, non-linear journey. It's filled with obstacles, twists, turns, and yes, failure. But failure is not the end, it's just part of the journey. When you fail, it's a signal that you're pushing your limits, that you're testing new ground, and D, that you're trying things that may be difficult or unfamiliar. It means you're in the arena, not sitting on the sidelines, it means you're taking action. And that's something to be proud of. Failure is also a great teacher of humility. It reminds you that no one is invincible. It humbles you in ways that success cannot. It teaches you to appreciate the hard work behind every accomplishment and to respect the process of learning and growth. It helps you develop a mindset of gratitude. For failure is not something to be feared, it's something to be embraced as a vital part of the process. But failure also offers the opportunity for reinvention. When you fall, you have the chance to rise again, but this time you're armed with the lessons you've learned. You are wiser, stronger and more determined, and often this new version of you is the one that achieves success. Some failures are public and some are private. Some may feel embarrassing, while others might leave you feeling disappointed or frustrated. But none of them define you. What defines you is your ability to keep going. What defines you is your ability to rise from failure with more wisdom, more determination and more grit than before. Failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. When you fall forward, learn from the experience, use it as a tool to grow and move closer to your goals. Understand that failure doesn't mean you've reached the end of your journey, it means you're just one step closer to your destination. So, the next time you fail, remember this, it's not the end, It's just another chapter in your story. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to come back stronger than before. If you can embrace failure, if you can use it as a springboard for growth, then you will discover that success is not just a destination, it's a journey, and failure is an essential part of that journey. Keep moving forward, no matter how many times you stumble, because failure is not the end, it's just the beginning of something greater. 4. Hold on to your why. In life, we all have dreams, goals and ambitions. We all have a vision of where we want to be, the kind of person we want to become, and the legacy we hope to leave. But in the pursuit of those dreams, there will be moments when the path isn't clear, when things get tough, and when the obstacles seem insurmountable. It's in those moments when everything seems to be falling apart or when success feels too far out of reach that you must remember to hold on to your why. Your why is your purpose, your reason for doing what you do. It's the driving force behind your actions. It's the thing that keeps you going when you feel like giving up. When the going gets tough, your why is what will anchor you, what will provide you with the strength and motivation to keep moving forward. Your why is the foundation upon which you build your life, your dreams and your legacy. Many people give up on their dreams because they lose sight of their why. They focus too much on the difficulties, the failures or the obstacles in front of them, and they forget why they started in the first place. When you lose sight of your why, it becomes so easy to quit, to throw in the towel and to walk away from what could have been the most rewarding journey of your life. But if you can hold on to your why, even in the toughest of times, you will find the courage to press on and the strength to persevere. Your why is often tied to something greater than yourself. It's the vision of a better future, of making a positive impact on others, or of becoming the person you were always meant to be. It's what fuels your passion, keeps you up at night, and pushes you to wake up every morning and go after your dreams with determination. Your why is what makes the hard work worthwhile. It's what turns the journey from a series of grueling tasks into something meaningful. But what happens when life doesn't go as planned? What happens when you face setbacks, disappointments and rejections? What happens when the world tells you that your dreams are unrealistic or that you're not cut out for success? That's when your why becomes even more important. It's in those moments of doubt and uncertainty that your why will give you the clarity to see beyond the obstacles, to remind you that your dream is bigger than any temporary setback. Think about the people who have achieved greatness in the face of adversity, the people who have broken barriers, overcome the odds and created something incredible. These individuals didn't get to where they are by following a smooth, easy path. They faced challenges, they encountered rejection, they made mistakes, but through it all they held on to their why. Their why was what gave them the determination to keep going when the road got tough. Their why was what helped them push through failure and disappointment.